Today, we're getting into Proper Doinks. It's this whole movement, really, about cannabis quality, all kicked off by a piece in NuggNotes.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
And if you're wondering how, a deep focus on one specific thing can actually change a whole community's outlook, this is for you. It started with one simple question, right?
But how does it smoke? That was it. In a market often, caught up in hype or just numbers.
Like THC percentages.
Exactly. They brought it back to the actual experience, which honestly was pretty refreshing.
Okay, so walk us through the origin story. It starts with two guys, Adam and Paul.
Right. They first met working behind the scenes at Connected Cannabis. Didn't really connect deeply then, apparently.
Just colleagues.
Yeah. But then, years later, randomly through Instagram, they reconnect. And it turns out they're practically neighbors in Fairfield, California.
Wow, small world.
Totally. And that shared passion for really, really good cannabis just clicked again.
That authentic connection seems key, not some big marketing plan from the start.
No, definitely grassroots, just pure enthusiasm. And I think that authenticity helped them gain traction later on.
And there was this one specific moment, wasn't there? A particular smoke session.
Uh-huh. The story goes, it involved Terp Connoisseur's early batch of RS-11 from Wizard Trees.
Okay.
And that session, well, it seemed to completely change their perspective on what truly top-tier flower was all about, like a light bulb moment.
It wasn't just about potency then.
Not at all. It was the whole package, the taste, the smoothness, how clean it burned. That sensory experience was the game changer.
So that sparks something. And they dive in.
Head first. They started these nightly, rolling lab sessions, really intense experimentation.
What were they looking at?
Everything. Grind size, the width of the filter, airflow dynamics, combustion rates, all the little details.
Wow.
Yeah, the article mentions them sometimes rolling over 30 joints in a single night.
Yeah.
Just testing, refining, trying to perfect it.
That's some serious dedication, not just casual smoking.
Definitely a systematic, almost scientific approach. They weren't just messing around. They were trying to understand the variables methodically.
And that intense work led them to define quality differently, didn't it?
Absolutely. They moved way beyond just THC levels. For them, quality became about the total experience. Things like a smooth draw, the purity of the flavor coming through, that perfect white ash everyone looks for, the oil ring forming.
Ah, the oil ring, right.
Yeah, and just a clean, true expression of what that specific flower is supposed to be. It was kind of a pushback against, hype over substance?
Against hype-driven mediocrity, as NuggNotes put it.
Precisely. They saw a gap where marketing talk didn't always match the actual smoking quality.
So this frustration kind of built up.
It seems so.
Right.
And that led to launching Proper Reviews and also Mythbusters. They started reviewing cannabis publicly.
Calling things out.
Yeah. Calling out the stuff that was overpriced and underwhelming, but also, importantly, highlighting the gems, the stuff that really delivered. And that core question kept coming back, but how does it actually smoke?
And that became their standard.
Yeah.
A new filter for people.
Right. It went from their personal quest to a benchmark for the community. It resonated because it was based on real experience.
And it didn't stop there. Those sessions evolved into something bigger.
The Proper Cup, they started holding competitions, a flower edition, a rollers edition.
Attracting some big names, I gather.
Oh, yeah. Up the Hill won the flower edition in 2025. Sturt Doinks won the rollers with guys like Rafe Rolls and Fat Andy showing up. They even did things like hash hole duels, brand collaborations.
Like with Baked Bodega and Doja Pack.
Exactly. It became this cultural hub. High Times magazine even covered them in April 23.
Proper Doinks. The art of the roll. Okay, so it became a real movement.
Definitely. And they solidified it with tangible things, too.
Like the hardware.
Yeah, they developed their own patented 14-hole glass tips, launched properselections.com for selling accessories, dropped limited merch. It wasn't just talk. It was a brand, a real entity.
Giving people the tools to chase that quality themselves.
Empowering the community.
And the impact on the culture is noticeable.
You bet. The article points out how terms we hear all the time now, like ash, integrity, draw control, terp expression, became common, partly because Proper Doinks educated a whole generation of smokers.
So they literally changed the vocabulary around cannabis quality.
In many ways, yes.
Yeah.
It shows a deeper understanding, a more refined palate among consumers now. That's a big impact.
And they're still going strong.
Seems like it. The Proper Cup Flower Edition is coming back, apparently with a $10,000 gas bracket, 32 entries.
Wow, 10 grand.
Yeah, and there's buzz about a duel between Jew Green's DRT and Trap Jesus's 91 OG, so the energy's still there.
Keeps the community engaged.
Definitely. It shows they're committed long term.
So boiling it down, their whole ethos is
For smokers, by smokers. That seems to be the core. Authenticity, focusing on the actual smoking experience, cutting through the marketing noise.
that focus really seems to be the key to their influence.
I think so. That genuine connection and unwavering standard.
So for you listening, the takeaway from this Proper Doinks deep dive is really how focusing intensely on one specific aspect of an experience.
Like how something actually performs.
Right. How that dedication can ripple outwards, influence a whole culture, and genuinely raise the bar for everyone involved.
Yeah, it's pretty inspiring. And it makes you think, doesn't it? Where else could that same approach, asking how does it really perform, cut through the usual hype and show us what true quality looks like?
That's a great thought to leave people with, in all sorts of areas, potentially.